Hey, this is Jonathan with Spoonemore, and this is Dale from Seed to Spoon, and we're going to talk about how to grow
your own food.
Hey, this is Jonathan with Spoonemore, and this is Dale from Seed to Spoon, and we're going to talk about how to grow food with their free mobile app. So, Dale, tell me about the Seed to Spoon that you have going on. What does that look like, and how people can use it?
Yeah, so From Seed to Spoon is a mobile app that my wife and I developed that makes growing food simple. So we started growing food in 2015, and when we started, we knew nothing about gardening, and we were very overwhelmed by all of the information out there. And over the course of 3 years, we transformed our yard, from a basic urban lawn into pretty much every square inch of it being something related to being a garden. And through that process, we learned a lot. And we wanted to make it simple for other people to do the same thing. So we made our From Seed to Spoon app to do that. So it will walk you through how to grow 80 different foods. It gives you planting dates that are customized based on your GPS location, and that works anywhere in the country. It'll show you all the plants that grow well next to each vegetable, as well as what does not grow well next to each one. It gives you all the information. It shows you the pests that attack each vegetable and shows you how to handle them. And then we have a blog, a YouTube channel, where we're putting out content every week, and it pulls in that content into the app, and it's customized for that plant. So if you're looking at beans, you're going to see all the blog posts and videos that are related to beans. So yeah, that's what our app does. And we also just landed a partnership with Burpee, one of the largest seed companies in the country, to pull in all 1,500 varieties of their seeds and plants from their website. So you can shop directly in our app, and you can filter based on types. So when you're looking at tomatoes, you can see container tomatoes or salsa tomatoes, or what you can filter on the purpose that you're trying to grow for. And then lastly, my wife is a nurse, and one thing that she is passionate about is helping people understand how they can overcome health issues through plants. Yeah. So a feature that we have in the app is you can filter the growing list based on 26 different health issues like diabetes or memory or anxiety and depression, and it'll show you the plants that help with those issues, and then it gives you a path to start on when you're growing to know where you should start.
That's awesome. So I'm not sure if you said this, but when did you actually start Seed to Spoon? And kind of, obviously the why was, part of it was to grow in your backyard and kind of help people out that, but kind of expand on the when you did and the why.
Yeah, so we started From Seed to Spoon. So we started our garden in 2015.
Okay. And
then the first year we had some success, but we went through a lot of transition that first year. The second year, we really figured things out. We were having a lot of success, and that was what led into November of 2016, which you may recall was the election. And I'm not getting down political road at all. I would just say that I was waiting in line to vote, and I felt very overwhelmed because I did not want to vote for any of them, and I was just at a loss. I was thinking, what are we doing here? And I didn't like all of the animosity that I felt around me, and that's where I was. And I felt like in that moment I was asked a question, what are you doing to solve the problem? And I had no answer for that. And that was where the idea of Seed to Spoon came from, was we wanted to take all of this stuff we had learned about how to grow food, and then take my lifetime of tinkering with computers and learning how software works to build something to make it easy for other people to grow food. And that was the way that we could deal with the chaos in the world. Before Seed to Spoon, I would stay up late at night reading every news site I could find, trying to stay up to date with everything that was going on in the world, and it led to no good happening for anybody. Yep. And the day of the election, we redirected all of that energy into learning how to code and building our app and making it simple for other people to grow food. So that was where the idea came from, and yeah.
There is something beautiful, because I remember I was telling you about just when I grew up and growing up on a garden, and my parents had a garden, and just getting your hands dirty despite do I really want to be doing this? Is my parents making me do this? But there's something about getting your hands dirty and just getting in there and then from planting that seed to seeing that progress where you actually grow and you see the harvest from it and growing from that. So what was did you have a childhood around gardening, or kind of what brought you to this place where you just go, man, gardening is something that I actually enjoy? And what does that look like for you?
Yeah, so for me, it started shortly before 2015 when we started. So I met my wife in 2013, Carrie, and she's a nurse, and she pretty quickly identified that I have some issues with anxiety and depression. And before then, I didn't necessarily understand what was happening to me. I just knew that every now and then things got a little overwhelming, and it would just kind of all explode, and I would just have this panic attack.
Yeah.
And I hid that from most everyone else, and she saw that, and that was what led us on the path of trying to figure out how we can manage, my anxiety and my depression, and that led us to a book called The Depression Cure that talked about how you can overcome anxiety and depression through some pretty simple methods, like eating specific foods like spinach and kale that are high in magnesium and calcium, drinking a lot of water, getting a lot of exercise, being mindful of the current moment, and not getting too obsessed about what may have happened in the past or worrying about what could happen in the future. And some of those other core ideas. And that book resonated with me, and we decided we would take a shot at trying it. And pretty early on, we were spending a lot of money on spinach and kale. And that was when the idea, kind of came of that. I had heard that you could take seeds and throw them in the ground, and if it rained enough, you'd have food. And that was where we started. And then I'm a little autistic, and I get obsessed about things. And once we started having success, it just became my new thing, and I'm still obsessed about it because there's a lot of different plants to grow, and I have a lot to grow to try them all. So yeah, that's how we started.
I mean, that's pretty awesome. So you talking about with the way you kind of started and stuff like that. So somebody that's, man, they're novice, or I mean, all the way to professional and stuff like that. Is it kind of a hard start for some people that's novice, that are trying to figure out, okay, like they may have the mentality of going, hey, how am I going to dig up this ground? Am I going to have to take a hoe out there and just start beating at the ground?
Yeah.
Or what is a good way that you can look and go, hey, somebody that's never gardened, that thinks they kill everything, what advice would you kind of give them to go, hey, it's okay, this is kind of just a basic start, or anything like that?
Yeah, well, so first off, I'll say that you don't have to grow in the ground. There's a lot of other ways you can grow, so I'm sure you've seen container gardening. There's been some advancements made in that area. So Smart Pots are a company that's based here in Oklahoma City. They make these containers that are made out of fabric. And you can just lay them out, fill them with soil, and then start planting. And the nice thing about them is the fabric is breathable through the sides, so plants are able to take in oxygen through the side as in addition to through the top like they normally do. And what it leads to is supercharged growth. And we've had plants we've grown directly beside our raised beds compared to the Smart Pots, and we've seen really good growth. And it also has some benefits because it makes your plants more portable. So they're in this little container you can move around. In the summer, whenever you have a hard time keeping things watered, you can take them and put them inside of a kiddie pool, and then fill that up with an inch or two of water, and then the plants will drink the water from below, so it's a way you can sub-irrigate easily. So we've had a lot of success with those, and we have links in our app. If you look at any plant in the app, it'll show you the Smart Pot that is the right size for that plant, or even tree. You can grow trees in Smart Pots. They have all sizes up to 300 gallons. I've got a 300-gallon one in my backyard. So,
wow.
So yeah, that's what I would say to someone that's starting out. And then, when you're first starting out, it can be a little overwhelming because there's so much information out there. And that's why we built our app, to take all the information and consolidate it, and to do all the calculations for you, so you don't have to figure out when your freeze date is and how far 6 weeks back from that is, and all of that other stuff. That's why we built our app, to do that for you. So yeah, that's what I'd say to someone starting out. Yeah,
that's amazing, because you can look at it, because there's always a saying that keep it simple, stupid, but you can be like, seeding is simple, and kind of keep it, it's not as difficult as you think it is. Mm-hmm. It's just something you just got to try and go for it. And you guys have kind of went through what works and what doesn't work, and kind of help people through that process. So you were part of the Stitch Crew. So what is the Stitch Crew, and how has it helped your business?
Yeah, so Stitch Crew is an organization that is run by some amazing people. Chris and Erica Lucas are the founders of Stitch Crew. It's a husband and wife couple, but they are really dedicated to helping businesses like ours go to the next level and become something. And so they partnered with the Oklahoma City Thunder and Google and MidFirst to launch their Thunder Launchpad Tech Accelerator. So what this is it's a program where every week you get together with 8 to 10 other companies, and then they bring in a mentor. So we got to meet with the person that created the Bible app that has 300 million downloads, and I got to pick his brain for 30 minutes, and other just innovative people and influential people across Oklahoma they bring in that we get to meet with and get their insight on how we can better grow our business. And they provide us with tools and resources from Google. And so that's what the Thunder Launchpad was. And at the end of the program, you get 5 minutes to go do like a Shark Tank type thing. You get 5 minutes to go demo in front of a bunch of investors. So we've actually got a video up on our website of that. I went over, I took 8 minutes, but I laid it all on the line. I mean, I told our story of everything that we've done and why we've done it and where we're going with all this and all that. I tried to tell. So I definitely encourage you to check that out on our website if you want to know more.
The best thing is that when someone has passion for something, it's okay to go over time because they know you're passionate and they go, okay, this is worth taking our time and hearing that and everything. So where do you see Seed to Spoon going from here, since you were talking about kind of the growth of it all?
Yeah.
Where do you kind of see it, and what does that look like? What does that vision look like for you?
Yeah, I mean, so it's hard for us to even try and guess at that. I mean, we launched this January of last year, having no idea where it would go, and by the middle of the summer, we were at 60,000 downloads, and it was one of the top search results in the App Store if you search for gardening or growing food, and that growth has continued. We're up to about 80,000 downloads now. We've got this partnership with Burpee. I mean, we're really looking to make a business out of this now and get to the point where we can work on this full time, because right now we all still have full-time jobs. I'm a software developer. We have 2 other software developers that have come on board to help us. My wife teaches nursing at OU, and she also teaches nursing online. She teaches a couple nursing classes online. And we've got a lot of other people to help out, and we would love to get to the point where we're able to dedicate our lives to focusing on the problems related to growing food and solving them with software, and making that, what I spend all my time thinking about.
When you were talking earlier just kind of about yourself and some anxiety and everything like that. How do you see that with your business toward other people, and how can that help them, and kind of what does that look like there?
So one thing I'm passionate about is trying to make a difference beyond just the software side of just the app. I feel very lucky and privileged that I was able to find the career that I have with software development, and I would love to have an opportunity to help other kids that are like me find that path as well. So I do go to schools around Oklahoma from time to time, and I talk about coding and gardening and things along those lines. But really, our big vision was Seed to Spoon. So if this becomes a big success and it's bought out by some company or it becomes our full-time job, whatever, our goal with this is we would love to provide an opportunity for schools and kids in Oklahoma to see where food comes from. So we would love to have a farm that we build that has a full-scale working example of what you could have in your backyard that any school can come to. They can see chickens and goats and all of that kind of stuff and see how that can be raised. And just so kids get an idea of where food comes from. And then if we get successful enough, we would love to really have a place to make an impact by providing a home for kids that are on the spectrum, especially, but any really troubled kid to come and live and provide an environment where they can learn how to garden, but then also teach them touch skills and teach them how to code and things like that, because I really believe that the jobs of the future are all going to be related to computers and to automation and things of that nature, and the kids that are able to understand that are going to have a leg up, and they're going to have control over their future in a way, which is something that I feel grateful about with my career.
So Dale, here's just a simple question. What is your favorite thing that you like to grow in the garden?
So the answer to that is spinach, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, it was the first thing that I grew successfully and that I tasted out of the garden. And that really like was a light bulb moment for me, because before then I knew spinach as something that came out of a can, that was in the bottom of our pantry, that was there like my entire life. We never actually opened it. Popeye liked it.
The joys of Popeye. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't go wrong with that. I mean,
Yeah,
that's why I honestly would take grass and put it in my mouth just to have that. Just to have that. We're like, I'm like Popeye. This is awesome. So yeah.
Yeah. So that was all I knew about spinach. And then the first time that I tasted a fresh spinach leaf out of the garden, it changed things for me, because it has this kind of cool and crisp texture to it, and every variety has its own flavor. And for me, it tasted good, and I wanted more of it. And that was a moment for me where I started to realize that I'd been missing out on something. Until that point, I've been missing out on the spinach that I'd gotten at, the Subway sandwich shop, whichever, did not have that same flavor, and I'd been missing out. So, and that snowballed into every other thing that I grew, had the similar effect. So I still love spinach. It's super easy to grow, and you can grow it all winter, so that's kind of cool about it. That's one reason why I really like it, because even right now it's freezing outside, but I can go in my garden, I've got spinach everywhere. So even in the winter, whenever nothing else is going, you can still have spinach and kale.
So with the schools and stuff that are around here, I mean, as it's kind of growing, the Seed to Spoon. So how can somebody get a hold of you if they want to, say, book you up for their school or anything along those lines, where they can reach out to you and say, hey, can you come this date, and how do they contact you?
Yeah, so you can go on our website, and there you'll find links to contact with us on all the social media platforms. You can also email us at info@seedtospoon.net. But I think through our website and through that email address, you'll be able to, all that comes to us, we'll see it when we have it.
And what is your website, and what is your
Our website is seedtospoon.net, and then the email address again is info@seedtospoon.net. And if you search for From Seed to Spoon on Google or on any of the social networks, you'll find us that way. And to find us in the App Store, you can search for gardening. It'll be one of the top results for gardening. You'll be able to find it that way. Or to search for us specifically, search for From Seed to Spoon in the App Store, and you'll find us that way as well. If you go to our website, we have events all throughout the spring where we're going to be speaking and doing workshops and doing all sorts of stuff. And we have a big event coming up at the Home and Garden Show again in March that we'll be at, doing classes the whole weekend again. And we also have giveaways that we're doing on our website. So we're giving away a lot of gift cards from Burpee, and products from Smart Pots, and a seeding square, and all sorts of gardening accessories. It's a $100 gift pack we're giving away this month. And I think in March we're going to do 2 giveaways. So if you can sign up for our email list, and you get all the information for that on our website. And again, that's seedtospoon.net.
Awesome. Well, hey, man, that sounds great.
All right, thanks for having me.
Yeah, this is Jonathan and Del from Seed to Spoon, and we want you to explore more.
Thanks for watching.
That's what I was like. My mind just went. Meh. How to grow food
with their free mobile
with their
app.
free mobile app. Okay, that's
Yeah.
what I was like. Going, wait a second. What was I going to say?
Yeah.
So all right, that's all right.
Did it?
Hey, hey, I'm not saying I get it right every time.
Just the closing.
It's Black Panther stuff. All right, so yeah, when I say Jonathan, Dale from Seed to Spoon, and we want you to come, and then we'll say, and I'll pause right after I say that. So you just
Okay.
say explore more. All we're
Okay.
gonna say is explore more. Hey,
All right.
hey, I had to do it a couple times.
Okay. All right.
So, hey, this is Jonathan from Explore More, and this is Dale from Seed to Spoon, and we want you to come
Explore more.
Good, or you want to do another one?
We're good.
What do you mean? Let me
Like I think earlier you were talking about just kind of with the Seed to Spoon, kind of being able to have a place where like kids that have that same thing.
Oh, yeah,
How do
yeah.
how do they feel that awkwardness, but they're not sure how to handle it, and just your guys' application and stuff like that is just one way to go. Hey, let me show you. I look where you go. I deal with this. I understand, and what you've done and what that vision looked like, where you're talking about helping out families and kids with that,
Yeah.
with that issue.
Yeah. So we were talking earlier. We also have some events coming up that I wanted to mention as well. I'm sorry, do you have another question?
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, keep going.
So we have some events coming up that I want to mention. We have a class with the Myriad Gardens. We're going to be touring our garden. I believe that one is sold out, but we're going to be recording that one and putting it up on our website. I'm speaking this Saturday. I don't know if this video is going to be out by then, but at the Langston University conference, and we have.
It's like some coding stuff where you like make it the computer do different things, and it was awesome because I had never done any stuff like that with the computer, and he was a great teacher anyway, and so it was one of those things where you just go, I have no idea exactly what I'm doing, but we'll build this code and make it do it, the computer do its little thing and stuff. But it was a lot of fun because it was one of those classes where you just go, this is a good teacher. This teacher is awesome because, yeah, it wasn't a weird, stressful situation where you just go, I'm just trying to figure this out. Why can't I figure this out?
I was kind of, looking back on it, I was kind of silly because in high school, I took like one website design
Yeah.
class, and I did like the whole coursework in the first day. And then the instructor had some computer problems. I made a deal with her where if I like fixed her computer for her, I wouldn't have to come to class again.
Oh, that's awesome.
So basically, that was the extent of my computer training in high school, and it was
There you
just
go.
like, and then but I was really into golf, and I thought I was gonna be Tiger Woods. So I was like, that was my whole focus. And then after high school, I went to go walk on at UCO. I had a golf scholarship at a college in Texas,
Really?
but I didn't want to leave my girlfriend at the time, and it was like I didn't want to leave home, so I was like, I'm gonna walk on at UCO, and I didn't make it to golf season before I dropped out of college. So that was whenever I kind of looked around and I was like, well, I guess I'm good at this computer stuff.
Yeah.
And I thought that I had to have like a degree or certification or something. So I went and I paid like way too much money for this stupid like technical online BS
Yeah.
thing, and I got a couple Microsoft certifications, and that gave me the confidence I needed to go
Yeah.
apply for jobs. And I could have got the job without the Microsoft, like they didn't care about it. It was kind of
You're like, you
ironic.
know how to do this? Show
Yeah,
us.
so I went to work at a software company
Yeah.
in Oklahoma City, a real estate software company, a la mode, and went to work on the tech support lines and just started learning all about software and
That's awesome.
working my way up through different parts of the company. And yeah.
Hey, it's kind of funny because for me,
We should be recording this probably though.
my first college experience, I was in there and I was like going, I'm the first one in my family to try to go to college, whatever. I'm going to the community college, sign up for my basic classes, and you just don't I didn't realize when you go into college, nobody really cares whether you show up or not.
Yeah, I know.
You're not in trouble for nothing.
I know.
And so like,
I know.
so I did most of the basic classes, missed a bunch of them, and the only the only class that I passed was music appreciation, and I was like, that's no good. But all the basics I didn't pass at all. So yeah, that was kind of that funny moment where you just go, yeah, I had no idea what I was doing. I had no clue what I was doing. I just thought, I'm gonna try, and so, but yeah,
That's funny.
it was crazy.
Man, we're wasting all the good stuff. We should be recording this part.
These are bloopers.
Yeah. Are y'all ready to start?
Sure. Do you want me to start it off with the explore more or anything like that?
Well, just say, hey, I'm Jonathan, and today we're here with Dale from Seed to Spoon,
Okay.
and just talk back and forth like what you guys were doing. I think that's
Were you recording already? Were you?
yeah.
Oh,
Hey.
okay. I thought you were still setting up.
Now that you talked to us,
Okay.
you made me uncomfortable, Paul.
Okay.
You need a hug.
No, I'm good.
I charge extra for that kind of video.
You want me to stop the camera, start
No,
again?
just keep
Let
it
it
Yeah,
rolling.
we're good.
All right.
I'll look at the double shot one. That one? Yep. Okay. All right. Hey, I'm Jonathan with Explore More. I'm here with Dell from Seed to Spoon, and we are going to talk about that app and what the basics are from behind it and how it got going. Does that work, or do you want something else, or?
The explore more bit at the end, you want Dale to chime in?
Yeah, you want?
Yeah, let's do that.
I didn't want to stop, so I wasn't sure, so I just kind of kept.
Good. Let's do that, and then let's just do the real basic intro one more time, just so we have that, and
Okay.
we should be done.
So at the end, all I'm going to do is I'll just introduce myself, Jonathan and Dale from Seed to Spoon, and we want you to come. And when I say come, then we can both say explore more. That's kind of our little sign off that we're starting.
Oh man.
So I know there's a lot of pressure.
Don't overwhelm me, though.
Oh man.
So
Which camera do you want them to look at first?
the double
I know
camera.
Dale was confused about it.
Yeah, it's all good. So do you want the intro again? You said.
Yeah, just whichever one you want to do first.
Okay, I'll just do the intro. So, hey, this is Jonathan with Explore More. I'm here with Dale from Seed to Spoon, and we're here to talk about gardening.
Okay, and then the closing.
I guess gardening is. Do you want that as the term
Whatever
for
you
it?
wanna
Because
do.
it's kind of it's kind of gardening, but it's kind of more than that. But
May I say how you can grow food with their free mobile app?
I like that. How to grow food with their free mobile app.
You may put that on the teleprompter for you, John? It's starting to get wordy.
yeah, so how's that going? All right. you want me to do that one?
Sorry, I type this stuff a million times a day, so it just flows.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. We can do that one. All right.